I don't got friends. I got family.
One beautiful day on the island of Silvermore, the engines were rolling around with special goods all across the line. It's waiting for this mail truck to come. Alright, I'll pick this up and deliver it there. Thanks for being here. No problem, just unload it out from the truck. Later that day, Thomas was resting in his shed. He actually somehow made an entire introduction without torturing Rosie in any way. That's a first. Anyway, he kind of just kind of stood there, and that's when a conductor showed up. I think it was the conductor. The conductor realized that the controller was in Burger King. So the controller, so the conductor went to get him out because he actually needed to introduce actually new people to come into the island. Yeah, it's been a while since that happened. It's been like January since we introduced a new character. Now, and then eventually we got this fat guy out of Burger King, and then Sir Tom Rat showed up. Okay.
Oh dear. You reek of Whoppers, sir.
Well, there are 2 new engines coming. You guys see more at this point. You'll probably see them around because they don't really look like anybody else on the island. So I think you'll know they're new.
Oh, okay. You going back to Burger King now? I'll take that as a yes.
Anyway, Thomas went off. What a day it's been. Ivo Hugh was organizing some troublesome trucks for the victim that would have to be horrible. Whom they would have to be horrible to, and the engine is horrible to them too. 50-50.
Yeah.
Ivo Hugh didn't know who was going to this, and Thomas left. Anyway, he was rearranging trucks until he saw Fergus. There's word around that there's another traction engine on the railway now, Ivo Hugh. Why are you telling me about this? Well, I'm just excited because I'm the only one. What? There are only like 4 wooden railway models of characters, other than like a hippo. Well, go riding those trucks, and remember, do it right. I know. I was actually going to say something else. Okay. Fergus was waiting for the other traction engine to arrive until he saw him. Hello, my name is Trevor. I'm new here. Oh, hey, do you know how these railways work? Well, yeah, I know. I've seen some of these. I've worked on a railway before. Why are you here? Well, I was gonna get scrapped at some point, but some person saved me. Oh, some vicar. Yeah, I'm new to this railway. Oh, I'm sure you're around. Oh, thanks. So, but there was still one more new that we're yet to introduce, but they're gonna like show up eventually. Rosie was having like the time of her life because she realized she wouldn't have to fret for every second because Thomas hadn't tortured her yet.
This has been a pretty good day so far. No complaints. I just hope things stay this way. Coming through.
Oh! However,
That.
the two traction engines realized there was somebody behind them. They realized they have to move fast. But Thomas, who was already going fast, he realized their Fergus and the new traction engine, Trevor, were going around. However, he didn't know Trevor. He realized he tried to slow down, but it really didn't matter. That's because it really didn't work. Come on! Fergus realized if they couple together and can ride each other's speed, it might work. And they went faster than each had ever gone faster. What? They gone faster than ever before. Like, I don't think each has ever been faster. Thomas also tried to slow down. They were going at around the same speed as Thomas. They were about to crash into the sheds. However, when they thought it was when they were coming around the bend, Trevor saved Fergus. Rosie and Thomas, however, were not so lucky. Well, Rosie wasn't. Thomas actually didn't end up in the shed because he was at the back of the train. He just kind of left Rosie there until she could get out herself. And that's when Thomas saw the other new engine.
Not bad.
The new engine was a diesel. He had a yellow face. His paint was a little rigged, but he didn't really care because he had other things to worry about. He had the number D199 and was pulling a freight train. Thomas had just witnessed the new engine for himself. However, the new engine wasn't very nice, which would be later expected. But yeah. Anyway, the diesel stood with his train. He didn't want to be pulling trucks, nor did he really want to be pulling passengers. He's just kind of lazy. However, he does sometimes want to prove his worth as he thinks he's strong. Thomas had noticed the new engine. There weren't many diesel engines compared to steam engines at this point, so this was actually pretty, due to natural reasons, we had to bring another diesel engine. The diesel did not want to be pulling the train, but he didn't feel like complaining about it now because he was getting screen time either way, even if the show is poorly made. So the diesel went off. Fergus and Trevor had just pulled in beside him. Is that a freight train? Oh, that's Spam Cam. How do you know him? I met him when I was on the way here. He didn't seem very nice. Oh, I see. Well, I'm the type of engine that likes to keep people in order, so you need any help because I am, and you can ask me. Oh, thanks. Trevor still was a little unsure, but he didn't want to. He decided to keep it to himself. The waterfall had also been reconstructed after the events with Boulder and all of the stuff making it collapse. It had been repurposed and looks brand new. Which almost makes you think it looks like a TV prop. It really isn't. Anyway. Kind of just it. Fergus went off from Trevor and decided he would take a little rest, even though this wasn't even his shed. So he decided to take a rest somewhere else. The only other place he could think of that was peaceful was a tunnel. However, Spam Cam was going on a fast train until he was stopped at a signal. This annoyed him a lot. He decided he would have to reverse on the spot. He wasn't that impatient, but he kind of just like, what the heck. He was going around. Fergus didn't know that Spam Cam was coming, and Spam Cam didn't know that Fergus was in the way. Ah, what the? Said Fergus. You've just been pushed out from a train. Spam Cam had just noticed Fergus was at the back of a train and he didn't even mean to. However, Spam Cam kind of didn't really care, so. Fergus eventually. It was lucky that Fergus didn't get attached to the train. That would have been a total nightmare. I was like the third time it's happened. So, I think, anyway, Fergus then decided he just had to take it back to the shed, even if it was. So, all of that stupid message, and he almost got hit by a train. Really shows how low all of these students is. That's when Madge pulled up. Oh, hello there, Fergus. Why aren't you showing up? Why are you at the shed? Fergus then slowly back out of the shed. Oh, hello, Madge. Goodness. Why were you in there for so long? You weren't responding at all. Only in there for like 3 seconds when you came. Oh! See you later today. Also, I saw another Jackson engine. Yeah, I know him. Ooh. I will also get the other one too. And Madge went off. What a nice lady. Fergus then decided he was gonna come back. And that's when the signal turned back though. Spam came rushing. Didn't even bother to check the points. And slammed, it was also going the wrong way, slammed right into Fergus. Again. What are you doing? Spam Cam didn't really feel like doing anything, so he decided he'd go, hey, don't ignore me. Hey! Fergus was very annoyed at Spam Cam. At the end of the day, Spam Cam was done with his freight train. He eventually decided he'd take a rest in the diesel works, which had a shed that looked exactly like the steam ones.
I'm exhausted. I'll just lay here for a while.
Spam Cam was in the shed where he planned on staying until 2 other diesels showed up. The 2 diesels had heard about Spam Cam. Spam Cam couldn't hear what they were doing as he was too busy resting. I know a way. Do you think you have it? Do you have any ways you know we can trick him?
Absolutely. Let's drive up. I heard he was sleeping, and let's
No, like we have to wake him for this.
let's
Something-
blare our horns as loud as possible, as close as we can to him, so he gets scared.
Well, I mean like something embarrassing, like I heard he tries to prove himself and often drastically fails. So I was thinking
What?
we could tell him to get a freight train, which this will also benefit us, by the way. We could tell him diesel engines do not like steam engines, so we could tell him to get what we say is a steam engine train, which is really our train. So we don't have any work to do, and he is gonna get stuck on a hill and embarrass himself.
Okay. I'll call the van.
All right. That was a good idea, though. I just meant something that would embarrass him. Spam Cam was resting there until the two diesels showed up to the shed. Hey, he's not waking up. We gotta make him wake up. He's not waking up. Have to make sure he wakes up. Dude, the guy with the yellow face ain't waking up. I gotta wake him up.
Wake up, man.
Eventually, Spam Cam did wake up.
Oh, what's going on?
He then saw the two other diesels.
What are you guys doing here? I'm trying to rest.
Well, there is a train. It's going to be taken. But we personally don't think it can be taken by such a small steam engine. So we were wondering if you would want to pull the train so you can prove that you're better than the engines. Spam Cam willingly agreed and left the shed.
Of course I can do it. I'm better than any other engine out here. Get on my
However, the two diesels really knew inside that he couldn't. And they went off to tell the other diesels around the line. However, it turns out that it actually wasn't their train. They thought they meant each other's trains, meaning they wouldn't have to do their work. However, and they thought they lied about it being a steam engine train. However, it actually was a steam engine train. Thomas was preparing for something, like to pull coaches, because that's coaches. And that's like what he was tasked to do. So like he kind of has to. So everyone, and then everything you do on this island is mandatory. However, when he was gonna go get it, the diesel didn't know that, but the two other diesels thought that he was gonna do the freight train, and they would blow it if it was too specific. So the coaches left beside Thomas before he could even reverse. The diesel had left with his coaches.
Hey, get back here.
Eventually, the diesel had to reverse. Spam Cam, needless to say, realized this was his train. However, he was doing what the other diesels told him he could do. However, this did not particularly make Thomas very happy.
Hey, who do you think you are? I was supposed to pull those coaches this afternoon. I'm talking to you.
Eventually, Spam Cam realized it was time to actually respond.
Yeah, I know. Listen. Thought I was making it right, but I was just messing up.
What are you talking about? Who are you, by the way?
I don't know.
Spam Cam then left up the hill, Thomas
Uh-oh.
had realized he needed help for this, but he didn't. There was no like particularly strong engine, so he had to go for an engine he didn't know strength. However, there was not that many engines he didn't know,
Oh, hey.
and that's when Trevor showed up. Thomas hadn't really known Trevor yet, but he figured that he could get Trevor to, along with him, to stop D199.
Hey, I'm not sure we've met. My name's Thomas.
Oh, hey, my name is Trevor.
Nice to meet you, Trevor. Hey, we got an issue. I wonder if you can help me out.
What is it?
So this new Diesel over here, I think he thinks he's a
him.
hotshot.
Oh, I know him.
He basically took my
I know
coaches,
him. I
which
know
are
him.
extremely heavy. You know him?
I know him. I really don't want to, but he's pretty full of himself. I heard about him. Me and Fergus encountered him, and I told Fergus about him because I met him on the way here.
Well, here's the deal. I think he's going to try to go up that hill there, and something tells me he's not going to make it. What do you think?
I don't know. We should probably. I don't think we should jinx it.
I don't know.
But
Sometimes those
going
coaches,
anyway.
they'll probably- that controller will probably blame me.
That's
I don't
kind
do
of.
that drama.
And the two somehow got on the right track
let's go,
and
bud.
set off after D199. Percy had heard about this. So then he tried to stop it too. However, he realized that there was not that many ways he could do it. So he did it with the best way he could. He set off the way that D199 went. So he was plotting to switch the points. And then Percy went into the siding. Trevor and Thomas had realized that Percy had just helped them.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Good job. Thanks, Percy.
D199 is coming up the hill. Thomas, we gotta go.
No. Wait, maybe we can...
All right, but don't worry, he's gonna crash or not make it up the hill. So
yeah.
this is gonna. We could just wait here, but he's probably not gonna make it up the hill.
I agree.
Anyway, D199 was having the time of his life. He was proving his worth. Not like anybody tested it, other than Trevor. So, but then he decided he was going up. He was going up this way until he stopped.
Oh.
Let me stop, said one of the passengers. Get used to it, said another one. Some of these trains really. This caused D199 to become very cross with that passenger. Thomas and Trevor decided it was time to get. And Thomas and Trevor showed up to spam Cam's not really to his rescue, but they were just gonna like pull the train coaches away.
All right.
D199 was still trying to get up, and Thomas. Did he come along? He can't come along, guys. Bro, he can't come along.
Got this, Trevor?
Trevor, they were pulling Spam Cam down when he was also trying to go up. We're trying to get the coaches. We stole them. However, D199 actually did some movement. And that meant Thomas and Trevor were doing a cross the line. We're going to be involved in this crash. Oh no, this is so slow. D199 was about to prove that one passenger wrong about the engine being slow or whatever the heck they said. But that's when this Trevor and Thomas's perfect plan. They uncoupled the coach.
Whoa.
D199 was speeding across and nearly fell off the track. Like his front wheels did. But nothing else did. His front wheels were off the track, and eventually 2 sets of his wheels were off the track. Turns out Percy actually couldn't have changed the track because it all leads one way. If it were going this way, he'd need to. which means which means binary. They have to do that. Why do they have to do that? I don't know. Anyway, D199. God, I just fall.
Good job, Trevor. I wish we could have saved both coaches, but one's better than nothing. Hey, you think that new guy's alright? He went down pretty fast, it sounded like. Uh-oh. Speaking of.
Ow. Eventually, he's on the trap.
Oh.
That's when he was gonna reverse on the spot. That's when Thomas and Trevor decided to tentatively reverse again and take off with the coaches. So really, they just abandoned him. So eventually, someone had to get him because, like, due to these two's negligence. However, that was not very fast for them. Spam, on the other hand, was off the track. Somebody had to go get him. It was Ivo Hugh who then came to get Spam Cam back on the rails. And then that's probably how the story should end. Things only got worse when somehow the bridge is going to fall. Oompa Loompa Powers gets rid of something. Now, the four engines were on here, and they really couldn't do anything. Each tried to go their own way, but they realized that would somehow go horribly. Then, Thomas and Trevor convinced Magic to do her Oompa Loompa powers again. Oompa Loompa powers? Swap something! And D199 and Ivo Q were now free to roam on the other side. That meant that the coaches were on there, meaning they can go through with their coaches. It went better. The passengers liked it better than what D199 did, probably. Especially that one passenger was complaining the whole time. But Trevor decided also got to pull a coach. What a wonderful ending!